Good evening everyone, welcome back to Sense for Thoughts. I'm Mo, and today we will be sampling a niche perfume house from Italy called Bogue Perfume. Now, I don't know much about Bogue. All I know is that they are made by a perfumer who owns a brand called Antonio Gardoni, and they have a ton of notes. They're meant to be kind of vintage and modern combined. So that gets me excited, as you can imagine. I love vintage perfumes. I've had a look at a few. The most popular one, or rather the one that was brought to my attention, because I've heard a few people talk about, is MEM, which is meant to be like it's got like 4 different kinds of lavender, but it's meant to be also very challenging and animalic. So I wanted to sample that one. So I ordered the sample set from their only stock list in the UK, a website called Slick Boys, which sells like shaving stuff and some perfumes, amongst other things. And it's got all of their latest releases, including the latest in 2025 as well. So that's exciting. So let's go through the set, sample it on strip and see how it goes. So this is not an official sample set. This is quite clearly one that they have made, and as you can see, they are dabbers, which is awful for me personally. But anyway, so they clearly decanted the bottles into these sample sets and are selling the samples. So these are not official samples. We will not judge Bogue by this presentation, because obviously this is not their official product, if you like, but the juice is the same. So there are 6 samples in total. There is OE, don't know what that even is meant to mean. There is MAAI, MAAI. There is Lita, which is this orange kind of juice. There is 10 EDT. I mean, at least I can say that one. There is MEM. No clue what that means either, but I know what that one's meant to smell like. And there is Come, which is today's, which is the 2025 release, their latest work. I know very little about this brand. I've not smelled any of their work. As I said, I'm really excited about MEM, the lavender one. Sounds like my cup of tea. I've heard from a few people, roughly, I haven't watched any videos, but a few people have mentioned them to me in passing, a few friends, and they said that they're kind of abrasive, harsh, synthetic, kind of crazy, and that's exciting because I don't mind a bit of craziness in my perfume. So let's give it a go. I've got my trusty test strips here. Now this is reminding me of my time sampling those Serge Lutens. Let's give this a go. I'm just going to go at random, just whichever one comes in my hands first. So this is 10 EDT. I don't know why it's called 10 EDT. The rest don't have that in the name. Maybe it's like, I don't know, their 10th perfume or 10-year anniversary, or maybe it's like 10% concentration, which would make it an EDT. It would kind of make sense. So this sample is already like ripping up my skin trying to open this thing. So already minus points to Slick Boys here. Okay, I'm not sure if this will fit. I'm going to try and dip it. If it doesn't, we'll have to use the little stick thing. Hopefully I don't make a mess. Okay, it's not going to fit, so we're going to have to just kind of dab it on here without making a mess. Oh, this is so bad. Okay, this is not working for me, I'll be honest with you. But instead of just turning the camera off, we're going to go back to old ways, where we're going to do the good old flip it on the paper and then flip it back kind of thing. Right, here we go, 10 EDT. Now we've got a fair bit on there. Let's close this before it goes everywhere, especially if this is as harsh and synthetic as people advertise. I don't want this anywhere on my furniture. So 10 EDT, let's give it a smell. As you can see, we've got a fair bit on there. Okay, interesting, very citrusy. Off the bat, this smells like a lemon bleach that my wife buys. We clean the toilets with it. It's not even just the citruses, but there's something bleachy about it. I don't know if I'm falling into the whole synthetic thing, unless my mind is fixating on something synthetic and thinking bleach. Guys, this literally smells like toilet cleaning bleach. What the hell is going on? I'm not trying to insult this perfume. Okay, let's just be clear. I don't mean this smells like citruses and I associate citruses with cleaning products. I mean it genuinely smells like the toilet bleach that I use. I could go grab it now, but I don't want to smell that, to be honest. There's something creamy about it, which I'll give it. The bleach is not creamy at all. This is like, it's giving me like a vintage eau de cologne vibe. There's something herbal, maybe like a rosemary or like something, a hardy herb. There's something quite creamy, like shaving foam about it, but like super old school shaving foam. The bleach component is kind of calming down, and what I'm getting more of is something medicinal. I mean, this smells quite good, but I'm not that excited about it off a first sniff. So I'm getting a creaminess there. I'm getting maybe a hint of patchouli there. I'm getting some kind of sharp citruses, a lot of sharp citruses for sure. And I'm getting something kind of herbal and hardy, like a lavender rosemary kind of combination. Off the bat, this is quite nice. With all of these, I mean, this is niche perfumery. Ideally, you want to put it on skin, right? But from first impressions, I would give this a 6 out of 10. It's nice. It's above average. I like it. I'm not mad about it. It smells like an eau de cologne. So yeah, it's quite nice. That's just 10 EDT. Let's move on. Next up, we have MEM. MEM. Now I have to say these names I'm not mad about. What does MEM even mean? It just sounds a bit silly. What did you mean by that? I mean, at least it's not French, because one thing that really does annoy me is when non-French brands name their perfumes French names, you know. Does MEM mean anything in Italian? I don't know. Maybe it's like... Anyway. The names do sound very like alien, kind of stuff you'd read in a, I don't know, like codes from a spaceship. MEM, random stuff. O-E. I mean, what are they? What do they mean? So let's try MEM. So let's give it a go. Got a fair bit on there. Okay, this is so weird. What the hell is this? This smells like a cough syrup, but lavender. You know, cough syrups usually have like a cherry thing going on, a strawberry thing going on. Some of them have an orange thing going on, blackcurrant. This smells like Vicks Vapor Rub and cough syrup, like a lavender cough syrup. It smells like if an anciently old man has a cold and he's using cold remedies, but he's not on Earth in 2025. He was like forgotten on another planet, you know? Something industrial about it, something metallic about it, unnatural about it. Wow, what is going on with this? This has to go on skin. They all have this underlying weird greenness. It doesn't smell natural though. It smells like you are on Jupiter and these other plants there will smell like this. They kind of maybe will be brown rather than green. Yeah, I mean, I think I prefer this to 10 EDT for sure. Something intriguing about this. It's like it feels quite dense on the paper and it just needs maybe some skin and warmth to bloom. Yeah, medicinal, lavender, kind of green, but synthetically green. But it's not trying to be green as in like this is fake greenness, you know, like green food coloring, bright. And if it's like greens from outer space. It's like a plant from not this planet. Yeah, definitely medicinal, cough syrupy, lavender. Something powdery and leathery. Maybe some animalics in here to kind of give that vibe. Yeah, I think this definitely needs skin to bloom, but I am intrigued by this one, so I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. Next up we have OE. I have to say the names are bizarre. I'm dying to know what the hell they mean. Maybe I should research this afterwards. Let's give this a go. So OE. These things are filled to the brim, which makes it, I mean, it's generous, but it's bloody awkward to use, that's for sure. Let's get a bit of OE on here. I can't even comprehend what that could stand for or mean. Let's close it and give it a sniff. So, OE. What the hell is it? What is this? This smells like a more citrusy version of MEM. There's a clear DNA between the first three that I'm getting. And it's that weird green bush that's from outer space or like a different planet. It's like in Saturn or Jupiter, one of those brown, reddish planets. This smells like, I don't know, like a... This could be like a medicinal soup from Cambodia or something, you know what I mean? Like it's got that medicinal vibe, you know, like rock sugars in there and some anise, definitely, and getting an anisic vibe. And some weird old herbs that you've never ever heard of from the Tibetan mountains, that kind of vibe. Wow, what on earth is this? OE. There's something sheep-reddish about it, you know? Getting like Etruscan water vibes from Francesca Bianchi for some odd reason. Just not sweet at all, but it smells kind of similar to that. Something herbal, medicinal, aniseedy. There's some sharp citruses. And it's that weird greenness that's just like not from this planet. This one is definitely less wearable than the other two, but arguably more unique and different. Wow, what is this? This is OE. Let's move on. Next up we have Lita. Lita? L-I-T-A. Now this is some dark juice. Okay, so hopefully it'll be different. It won't have that same DNA and weird kind of citrusy, lavendery, herbal, medicinal thing. Give it a go. So Lita. Let's give it a smell. This just smells like plastic that's been melted. This is like, yes, say you ended up on a different planet and you were like telling them about life back on Earth. And you're kind of trying to describe cola to them. Like, oh, there's this drink we all love, especially when we're kids. This is what it smells like. It's kind of herbal, cinnamony, caramelly, it's brown in color. And the aliens try and recreate cola. Okay, this is what this smells like. It's very medicinal, very herbaceous. Has a bit of a cola-ness going on. There's something mentally really opening up my nostrils. Something leathery, something sweet about this. in a very non-sweet way. So it's just sweet in comparison to the others. The others are like pickly almost. This is like Cola Ganymede, like Ganymede of Gourmand, like a Gourmand version of it. An alien might find this Gourmand or a robot. There's something rubbery about it as well. What is this? This is fascinating, I have to say. This might be my most exciting pick yet. I give this an 8 out of 10. It's definitely the most addictive so far. Let's carry on. So that was Lira. Now we have MAAI. I honestly can't even begin to assume or predict what these names mean. So I'm not even going to try. Let's just give it a go, shall we? Right, let's go for MAAI. Oh, this one is a bit white floral. It still has that medicinal thing, like cough syrupy thing, you know, like a star anise kind of thing. This one is way more floral though. This is like the floral one. Is this like the feminine one? It's quite similar to Lyra's in the base. It doesn't have that cola thing. It more has like white florals, but this one still has that rubbery kind of synthetic thing. This one smells good too, but this line smells like it could be like a bunch of different liquid medicines. I have to say these are very strong. I'm already feeling nose fatigue and I've only smelled like 4 or 5 of them. This one's giving me a Chypre old school vibe, but it's like aliens made a Chypre in a different reality on a different planet. Like in another universe, this is their Chypre, not on Earth, on like one of the other planets that they somehow live on. They all have this underlying cleanness, underlying syntheticness, and underlying herbaceousness, medicinal kind of anisic kind of quality. Wow, this is super interesting. 7.5 out of 10. Let's move on to the last one. Last but not least, we have Come. C-O-M-E, in case you're wondering. So this is their latest creation, 2025 release. Assuming a lot of people would not have given this a smell. Let's give it a go. Wow, okay. There's a consistent DNA between all 6 that I smell. They have this syntheticness going on, okay? But they don't smell, they smell synthetic as in, I've never smelled anything like this before. But the synthetics are hinting to nature. What do I mean by that? Okay, so someone can make a synthetic green perfume, nature perfume, and it's like a fake flavoring, you know, a cartoonish version of it. So let's say someone has a green apple accord and it just smells like one of those green apples that are fake, or a cherry accord which just smells like, you know, cherry sweets and cherry, you know, ice lollies and cherry drinks and cherry Pepsi Max and stuff like that, right? This doesn't smell synthetic in that way. This more smells like a green plant, herbaceous plant that you've never smelled before. And it's in your mind, you're like, this doesn't exist, but really it could exist. Okay, so it doesn't smell fake in that sense. It just smells unreal. I am completely like blown away. Not even because these are like amazing, I want to buy it immediately, and not. It's just because it's something that I just can't even find the words to describe what I'm smelling. That's how unique it smells. Something sweet and fruity in this one. They all have this mentholated texture and powdery kind of base, you know? I described it as powdery and rubbery earlier. I have no clue what it is I'm smelling, I'll be honest with you guys. There's some citruses here, there's something mentholated, there's something powdery, and there's something sweet in this. And it's still kind of giving me like a Chypre vibe, you know, like Chypre Palatine kind of vibe. These perfumes from Bogue Perfumery have been absolutely confusing. So let's give them a quick second sniff and give you my final verdict. I'll just let them dry down for a couple minutes first. Right, let's revisit these now. They've had about 5 minutes or so to dry. So let's start with 10 EDT. Okay, the citruses have calmed right down. And now it's got much more of an old school herbal feel, like really bushy lavender. It's very green and aromatic. This is like an eau de cologne barbershop-y scent. But it's like the ingredients are unfiltered with all the dirtiness, all the, like, it's not like a lavender absolute. It's like, here's a lavender plant with the stalks, leaves, soil, roots, all in this vial. You know, it's like unfiltered nature. It smells quite light. It smells quite nice. I would wear this. So final verdict on this one is 8 out of 10. I'm really intrigued by it. I want to put it on skin. So that's gone up in my estimation. So that was 10 EDT. Next up we have OE. So this one's a lot more sweet grape fruitiness. Still has that herbaceous synthetic bushiness. This has something sweeter about it. It's like more fruity citruses, sweeter citruses rather than like bergamoty oily citruses. OE is cool. I'd give this one a 7 out of 10. Smells great, but not as exciting. Let's move on. Now we have MEM, the one I'm most excited about. Okay, this smells like a pickle. Okay, like you pickle some lavender. Not what I was expecting whatsoever. It's not really a fougere, or like, it doesn't really follow the basic structure or vintage feel of a fougere. It doesn't have that, you know, patchouli, oak moss, or sandalwood in the base, and like geranium, carnation kind of thing in the mid. No, not at all. This smells like a pickle to me. Somehow on strip, this is my least favorite. This is a 6 out of 10. Too acidic, harsh, powdery, and just pickly. Now we have this orange juice, Lita. Let's see the dry down. Okay, this is evidently more smoky. More ambery, but a dirty amber. Something addictive about it, something beautiful about it. Benzoin, vanilla, ambery, incensey, but there's something powdery and like dirty in the base. Give this an 8 out of 10. This is tying for first place so far. So that's Lita. Next up we have MAAI, M-A-A-I. Let's check out the dry down of this one. Yeah, this is like Etruscan water. This is a Chypre, categorically. This one, my brain has connected all the dots. It's a Chypre. Like a modern Chypre. I like my Chypres a little bit more fruity, I'll be honest. Peachy, to be specific. This is like a citrus Chypre, heavy florals. Heavy florals. This is a heavy perfume. You know, it's got that Chypre base heaviness kind of thing. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one, 7.5 out of 10. Last but not least, the 2025 released Come. Oh, something smoky about it. I really like this. They all kind of have an aldehydic thing where it's like it almost stings your nostril with this bright light, you know? It's like you're sat in a dark room and you open a portal to the sun and there's this bright light coming and it shocks you because you're just so used to the dark. That's what smelling these, all of them, has been like. Sharp aldehydic, like just, you You can feel it, like the pressure in your head rising when you smell this. It really needs more time to settle, so the aldehydes tend to have like a flashbang effect and then they settle, but it's making it quite difficult. It's making it quite difficult to decipher what is in this. Something smoky, something vanillic, ambery kind of in the base. Very intriguing. Give this a 7.5 out of 10. So that was me sampling Bogue. How do I feel about this house? There's definitely a strong DNA with a lot of aldehydes, a lot of, I would describe it as synthetic natural smells. As in, it's like you remove Earth, and you take all of its plants, and then you put them on Saturn or Jupiter. And they're obviously like completely different, right? That's what it smells like. It smells like out of this world nature. That's the vibe that I get. I don't know if that's intentional. I don't know if I'm even anywhere near what everyone else thinks, because I have no clue about this brand. That's the vibe I get. It's like synthetic nature, not the perfume. It's like literally nature from another planet. That's how it feels. It's not like, here's a fake lemon, fake apple, fake cherry. No, this is a plant you've never heard of, never smelled before, but it's real. It's just from an alien planet. That's what they smell like. They have a strong aldehydic base. They all have kind of a herbal kind of thing. They have a powdery, kind of leathery base, almost all of them. The only one that's quite simple and easy to interpret is the Chypre, which is my MAAI. The other one's very fascinating. I hope that there's more to this story. I would hope that there is an artistic vision behind this brand. I'm going to go away and research them. I'm going to put all of these on skin. I might transfer them into spray bottles because, as you witnessed, it was awful. And they seem quite dense. And I know they have a lot of notes. I tried to look at the notes for MEM before because I was genuinely intrigued by it. And I swear I had like 30 notes. I just stopped reading. I just saw like 4 different notes of lavender. I was like, yeah, this guy is insane. So I did not bother really looking up any of the other notes or anything like that. I'm going to research the brand. I'm very intrigued. I'm going to wear all of them, and I'll let you know if there are any that I end up loving and moving on to a full bottle. I was quite shocked by how much I did not really love MEM, the one that's actually my least favorite out of all of them, and that was the one I was most excited about and almost blind bought. So I'm glad I sampled first because it just wasn't as exciting as the other ones. The other ones were a bit more intriguing. Even that 10 EDT, which on paper sounds very basic, something about it, you know? So that was my experience sampling Bogue Perfume. Do you have any experience with Bogue Perfume? Please type it in the comments. Do you own any? Have you tried any? What do you think of the house? Let's open the conversation. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.